All right, today we're going to be talking about some operations with radicals. The specific operation we're going to talk about today is adding and subtracting radical expressions. This multiplying radical expressions we're going to do tomorrow, actually. So how do we add radicals? We add radicals when they have the exact same square root at the back, the radicals. It's kind of like adding variables. A square root of 5 is different than a square root of 6. So a square root of 5 is like an x, square root of 6 might be like a y. We can't add x's and y's, they have to all be x's. So in this case, we have the square root of 5, a square root of 5, and a square root of 5. Those we can add together. And what do? We just add the numbers in front. 2 plus 6 minus 5. 2 plus 6, of course, is 8, minus 5 is just 3. So our answer is 3 square roots of 5. Here we have two different variables. We have a square root of 2 and a square root of 11. The square root of 2's can be added together, and the square root of 11's can be. Actually, they're going to be subtracted, right? So 7 minus 6 is 1. So 7 minus 6. And then we do the 8 minus 4. They just move them around here, just put them next to each other. That's called the commutative property that allows you to do that. But all we're basically doing is just putting these together. So we have 1 square root of 2, so just square root of 2 plus 4 square roots of 11. Notice I do not get like a square root of 13 here. We don't add them together that way. All right, so it's just the square root of 2's and the square root of 11's, and we leave them separate. So how do we do this one? 3 root 13 plus 4 root 13 minus 2 root 13. Well, they're all root 13's. So it's just 3 plus 4 minus 2, which is 5. So we got 5 square roots of 13. And here, what ones can we add together? The 4 and the 2, which is 6, and the 8 minus 5 is 3. So 6 root 2 and 3 root 3. All right, now here's where it starts getting a little more tricky. Notice this, 27, 12, and 75. We can't add these together. However, we can simplify them like we did yesterday. So we're going to do some birthday cake. So here's 27. 3, and what goes into 27? 3 does, and we get 9. 3 again gives us 3, and 3 gives us the birthday cake. So for 12, it's 2 gives us 6, and 2 gives us 3, and 3 gives us 1. And then for 75, we have 5 giving us 15, and 5 giving us 3, and 3 giving us 1. So pairs are 3, and then square root of 3, and 2 square roots of 3, and 5 square roots of 3. Now, with all those things, now that we've simplified them, now we can start putting them together. Now, notice we still have that 6, this 8, and this 2 on the outside. I did not forget about them. So I just simplified this and got 3 root 3. So it's 6 times 3 root 3, and it's 8 times 2 root 3, and 2 times 5 root 3. So 8 times 3 gives me 18, then 16, and 10. And now notice the radicals here. All these radicals can now be added together. So you're going to need to simplify them. And a lot of times on the problems that we're doing, you can then go ahead and add them together like what we have here. However, it's not always going to be that way. Sometimes you only have one that you can add to another, and that's fine. But you need to simplify it to see if you can add them. So here now we're just doing 18 plus 16, which is 34, plus 10 is 44. 44 root 3. So here, 245, 125, and 80. Well, 245 is 5 times 49. And then what goes into 49? Well, 7 times 7. And then 7 is 1. So that becomes 7 square roots of 5 here. This one here, 125, divides 5, which is 25, and then 5 again, which is down to 1. 80, well, it's even. That's the only one that we've had that's even, so I divided by 2. Which is 40, and then 2 again is 20, and 2 again is 10, and 2 again is 5. So that gives me a pair of 2's and another pair of 2's, which is 4 root 5 with the 1. Now again, I have to remember the 6, the 3, well, and there's nothing there. So the 6 times the 7, the 3 times the 5 here, and, well, nothing times the 4. That gives me 42, 15, and 4, and they're all square roots of 5, so I can add them together. 42 plus 15 plus 4, or 61. And here we have 4 square roots of 8, 5 square roots of 15, and 3 square roots of 16. So the 8 is 2 and a 4 with a 2 and a 2 and a 2 and a 1. So that's 2 square roots of 2 here. Remember the 4 in front. The 50 is a 2, which makes it 25. 5 and 5 and 5 and 1 is 5 root 2 with a 5. And then here we have the 16. And there's nothing left over. It's all paired up. So it's 2 times 2, or just 4. Notice there's no square root here because there's nothing left over. That's okay. So this is 8 root 2, and this is 25 root 2, and this is just 12. Now, the root 2's can go together and give me 33 root 2. But this 12 has no square root. So we just leave it like this. We cannot go ahead and simplify this any further because we can't add something without a square root with, it's like trying to add a number with a variable. It just doesn't work. All right. And that's what I have for you today.